Namaste children. Today in this session number 64, we are going to discuss the problems from worksheet number 2, 4th main and 7th to 10th main. And also we are going to discuss about lines of symmetry of different types of quadrilaterals and some of the problems from worksheet number 3. To begin with worksheet number 2, 4th main children. Find the line of symmetry of the following angles on different sheets of paper. Instead of doing on different sheets of paper, we can also do it on different sheets of paper children. By taking a sheet of paper, we can draw the given angle 60 degree and paste it on the paper, or I am going to do it on the book directly here. After drawing the angles like 60 degree, we have to find the line of symmetry for the 60 degree angle. Let us see one by one. First is First is 60 degree children. To draw this 60 degree angle, I am using ruler and compass. To draw an angle of 60 degree with the help of the ruler and compass, first we have to draw a line segment and then call it as XY. Now with the help of the compass with some measurement as radius, keeping the fixed point on X, we are going to draw a semicircle children. Now we get a point when we draw the semicircle. This semicircle is going to cut the line segment XY at some point with the same measurement, keeping the fixed point on the point where we get, let me call it as P. From point P, we are going to cut an arc. This first arc is nothing but a 60 degree children. So the first arc we get is 60 degree. Now with the help of the pencil and ruler, we get a point at 60 degree. We are going to join point X and point 60 degree where we get, and join and extend children. When we join and extend, we get an angle 60 degree. So at the angle X we got an angle, at point X we got an angle 60 degree. Children, after we get an angle 60 degree, now for this angle we are going to draw the line of symmetry. The method is, we get a point on the line XY, that is P, and on XZ we are getting the point that is Q. So with the help of these 2 points, we are going to draw a line of symmetry. So with some radius, keeping the fixed point on P, cut an arc children, and then on Q with the same radius, cut one more arc. So these 2 arcs meet at a point. Let me call this point as R. Now point R and point X, we join and extend. So this line is called as line of symmetry. Why? Because this line of symmetry is dividing the given angle 60 degree as 30 degree and 30 degree. In this way we draw the line of symmetry for the angle 60 degree. Children, next is 150 degree. So to get the line of symmetry for 150 degree, first we have to draw the angle 150 degree. With the help of the compass, I have drawn the semicircle on the line segment. Let the line segment line name be YZ. So at point Y, I have drawn the semicircle. With the same radius, we are going to draw an arc on this semicircle. So the first one is 60 degree. Second will be 60 into 2, that is 120 degree. Then the third one will be 180 degree. So in this way we get 3 points. The first one will be 60 degree, 120 degree and then 180 degree. Now between 180 and 120 we get 150 degree. So taking these 2 points, at point 120 degree we will cut one more arc here above, and then at point 180 degree we cut one more arc. So this point we get, we will join this point, that is point we get with the two arcs and the point Y, we join and extend, children. So this becomes an angle XYZ. This is an angle XYZ which is equal to 150 degree. Now for this angle 150 degree, we have to draw the line of symmetry. Here we have got a point, that is, let us take it as A, and this point we call it as B. Between A and B we have to get the line of symmetry. Now take some measurement as radius at point B, cut an arc, children. Then with the same measurement we have to cut an arc from the point A. So this arc, these two arcs meet at a point. The point where the arcs meet and the point Y has to be joined and extended. This line is called as line of symmetry. Since this line of symmetry divides the given angle 150 degree into 75 degree and 75 degree. Children, 150 divided by 2 is 75 degree. So each angle will be 75 degrees. Next is 45 degrees, children. For this, to draw the angle 45, first we have to draw the semicircle. I have drawn a line, call it as BC. Now for this BC, I am drawing at point B, I am drawing a semicircle. After drawing a semicircle with the same radius, I am going to cut an arc, the point where I get on the line BC, from there to the first arc. First arc is 60 degree, children. Second arc is 120 degree. Between 60 and 120, we get an angle 90 degree. With the help of these 2 points, we are going to make one more arc, or we are going to find one more point with the help of the 2 arcs. So between 60 and 120, if this is 60 degree and 120 degree, between 60 and 120, we get the angle 90 degree. So I mark only the line, that is 90 degree we have got. Now between 90 degree and 0 degree, this is 0 degree and 90 degree, we get an angle 45 degree, children. So half of 90 will be 45. Now with the point at 0 degree and the point at 90 degree, I get an angle 45 degree. With the help of this point, I am going to join at point B, and then I am going to extend. Now this angle is 45 degree, children. This complete angle is 45 degree. For this I have to draw the line of symmetry. So where is the line of symmetry? Between 0 degree to 45 degree. 45 degree angle. So the point will be, we have to consider this point on the semicircle. Now between 0 and 45, take some radius and make an arc from 0 degree, and from 45 degree point we are cutting this arc. After doing this, we get a point, this point and point B we are going to join and extend, children. So this line becomes the line of symmetry. So in this way we get the line of symmetry, and this line of symmetry is dividing the 45 degree angle into 22.5 degree each. Children, next is question number 7. Construct an equilateral triangle ABC. Find all its lines of symmetry. Here we have to draw an equilateral triangle. We know in an equilateral triangle all the sides are equal. If I consider the triangle ABC, now if the side AB is 2 cm, then BC will also be 2 cm, AC will also be 2 cm. If I consider AB as 5 cm, other two sides also will be 5 cm. If I consider one of the side as 8 cm, all the sides will be 8 cm, children, in an equilateral triangle. Such type of triangle we are going to draw in question number 7. So with the help of the ruler and compass, I am going to draw. Now if I consider on the ruler, I'll take a 8 centimeter as a one of the base, children. I'm going to draw the line segment from 0 to 8 centimeter. Call it as BC. Now this is how much, children? 8 centimeter. Now with the same measurement, that is, I have to take the same measurement 8 centimeter. From the point B and C, we are going to cut the arc, children, and these two arcs meet at a point. From B, I am going to draw one more arc. So these two arcs meet at a point A. I am going to join this point A and B in the same way point A and C. So we get an equilateral triangle. So for this equilateral triangle, we have to draw how many lines of symmetry we get in an equilateral triangle. Means since all the sides are equal in an equilateral triangle, when we fold it with the vertex, about the vertex, all the three vertex are coinciding with each other, children. Therefore, at all the points we are going to draw the line of symmetry. At point C, if I take a measurement and draw the arc such that this arc has to cut both the line AC and BC line segments. It is cutting at some point here, children. We get 2 points. Let these 2 points be P and Q. With the help of the point P, I am going to cut one more arc, and with the same measurement from point Q, I'll cut one more arc. So these 2 points again, these 2 arcs meet at a point. So highlight this point and point C, we are going to join and extend, children. So this is the first line of symmetry we get in an equilateral triangle. Same with the point B, children. So with some measurement, I am going to cut an arc. So when I do this arc is meeting at the 2 points on these 2 line segments. Now with the help of the 2 points, I am going to cut 2 more arcs. These 2 arcs cut at a point. The point where you get and point B, I am going to join and extend, children. So this is the second line of symmetry. Same with the point A. On the point A, let me draw an arc. When I get the 2 points, again with the help of the 2 points, I am going to draw 2 more arcs. So these 2 arcs meet at a point. This point and point A join and extend. This is the third line of symmetry. So these are the 3 lines of symmetry, children. So we get 3 lines for an equilateral triangle. Next is question number 8, children. Question number 8 is, will a scalene triangle have any line of symmetry? So what is scalene triangle, children? Scalene triangle is a triangle where all the 3 sides are different. This is the property of the scalene triangle. Based on the sides, the triangles are divided into 3 types. Equilateral triangle where all the sides are equal, and then we have isosceles triangle where only 2 sides of a triangle are equal. Scalene triangle. What is the property of the scalene triangle here? Scalene triangle has got all the 3 different sides. Suppose if one of the side is 3 centimeter, the other side will be 4 centimeter, third side will be 5 centimeter. In this way, all the 3 sides are different in a scalene triangle. So in this case, do we get any line of symmetry? Children, here is a scalene triangle on the sheet of paper. If this is 5 centimeter, 6 centimeter and 7 centimeter, if I fold it about the corners, and then do we have any overlapping here, children? We don't have all the sides coinciding with each other. Some part is left here. Same with the other corners, children. If you are folding the triangle about the corners, then when you unfold it or when you fold it, you can see the sum of the part is left over. Same with the third part. Here also sum of the part is left over. In this way, we find no lines of symmetry in a scalene triangle. Children, next is question number 9. Under what circumstances will a right angle triangle have a line of symmetry? You have to give the reasons here. Here is an isosceles triangle, children. We know in an isosceles triangle only two sides are equal. Here AB is equal to AC. So if I want the two sides, if I have the two sides equal, or in a right angle triangle means, what is right angle triangle, children? One of the angle is 90 degree. Here is a triangle which is having an angle 90 degree. Under what circumstances we get a line of symmetry? When the one of the angle is 90 degree. So in the isosceles triangle, it has to be specially the isosceles triangle. Only when the at least two sides are equal and one of the angle is 90 degree, then at least we get one of the line of symmetry. So the least or the minimum line of symmetry we get is 1 when one of the angle of the triangle is 90 degree. What is the possibility is it should be an isosceles triangle. Two sides must be equal. So if it is an isosceles triangle, then a right angle triangle will have a line of symmetry, children. Children, next is question number 10. Can a right angled triangle have more than one line of symmetry under any circumstances? Here, if it is a right angle triangle, children, and the other two sides must be, if the base angles are equal, then it will be, if the sides, if it is a right angle triangle and the other two sides between beside the angle 90 degree, we have two sides. If those two sides are equal, then we call it as isosceles triangle. Then the other angles will be exactly 45 degree and 45 degree. Or if it is not an isosceles triangle, at least the sum of the two angles will be 45 degree, 90 degree each. Both angle A and angle C, if you add, you should get a 90 degree. By angle sum property we can find it. So this will be less than 90 and this will be less than 90. In such case, we get only one line of symmetry. If we are folding in the about the angle of the C and at angle A, we don't get the line of symmetry, children. So there is no chance to get more than one line of symmetry in a right angled triangle. Children, next is lines of symmetry of different types of quadrilaterals. So what is a quadrilateral here? Quadrilateral is a geometrical figure where all the four sides are different. So they don't have any side equal, children. All the four sides are equal in a quadrilateral. Quadra means four, children. Four. There are four sides in a quadrilateral and all the four sides are different. If any two sides are equal or the opposite sides are equal, then based on the property we will have the types of quadrilaterals here. The first we have taken here is a rectangle. A rectangle has got four sides and opposite sides are always equal and parallel in a rectangle, children. Then how many lines of symmetry we get in a rectangle means we have done it already. If we are folding the rectangle vertically about the line and horizontally about the line, we get two lines of symmetry. If you are folding the rectangle about the diagonals, we don't get the lines of symmetry. So the total lines of symmetry in a rectangle is 2, children. Next is rhombus. Rhombus has got all the sides equal, but only the thing is the diagonals are tilted here. Therefore, because of the two diagonals, we can have only two lines of symmetry. The diagonals itself are the lines of symmetry. When we join AC, this becomes the line of symmetry and BD becomes the line of symmetry. Only they are going to coincide. But if you are going to fold about the line with the opposite faces in a rhombus, they are not going to coincide, children. Some of the part will be left out. So a rhombus will have only two lines of symmetry. With this, we are going to understand or discuss the problems from worksheet number 3. How many lines of symmetry will a square have? Explained by paper folding. This is already done in worksheet 1, children. So here is a square paper. If I am going to fold it along the horizontal, I get one line of symmetry. Vertically, if I fold it, I get second line of symmetry. About the corners, if I fold, I get third line, and this one will be the fourth line of symmetry. In this way, I get 1, 2, 3, 4 lines of symmetry in a square. So in this way, a square will have 4 lines of symmetry. I am going to write, and you can paste this square on this book, children. This paper you can paste it on this below the answer. Next is question number 2. Give reasons to show how many lines of symmetry will a square have. Here is a square, children. We have to give the reasons. How many lines of symmetry will a square have? We know we will have 4 lines of symmetry in a square because all the 4 sides are equal. Not only that, children, the other reason is when you fold along the corners. So if you are folding, this is the square. If I am folding it along the corners, so this is going to coincide with the above triangle. We know we get 2 triangles here, and these 2 triangles, how they are? They are isosceles triangles. Here, this is one triangle where these two sides are equal, and this is one more triangle. Here, these 2 sides are equal. Therefore, we get 2 isosceles triangles, children. When we fold it, we get one of the line of symmetry because the 2 triangles are coinciding with each other. Same with this diagonal AC, children. If I am going to fold along the diagonal AC, so this part will be coinciding with the above part in this way. If I am going to fold this along this, so what happens here? The below triangle is coinciding with the above triangle. So this also will be the isosceles triangle, children. Therefore, we have 3 and 4. This is the 4th isosceles triangle where the 2 sides are equal. Therefore, totally 4 isosceles triangles must be equal. Then only we get 4 lines of symmetry, children. So the reason is we have totally 4 isosceles triangle and a square has 4 equal sides. Next is question number 3, children. How many lines of symmetry will a quadrilateral have? Here we know quadrilateral is having 4 sides which are different. No side of a quadrilaterals are equal, children. So here you can see the quadrilateral. We have to say or write how many lines of symmetry will a general quadrilateral have. Here is a general quadrilateral. Because no sides are equal here, therefore the answer is no. We will not get any line of symmetry for the general quadrilateral, because when you fold about this line, see here this area is different from this area of the triangle. So they are not going to coincide. Same with the diagonals here. No part is coinciding with the other part. Therefore the answer is we don't have any lines of symmetry. Next is question number 4. How many lines of symmetry will a kite have? Give or draw the lines of symmetry of a kite. Children, here is a kite, and the property of the kite is the two adjacent sides are always equal here. This is the first side. The adjacent side is the beside side what we have. So the two adjacent sides are equal, and here is a side, and for this the adjacent side will be this side. So these two sides are equal in a kite, children. So in such case, how many lines of symmetry you get means, if I fold it along the horizontal about the corners, children, opposite corners, you find there is no coinciding. All the parts are not coinciding. Some of the part is left out. But if I am going to fold it vertically along the corners, then I find all the side, this side is going to coincide, and here also they are coinciding, children. Therefore, we can say that a kite will have only one line of symmetry. So the kite will have only one line of symmetry, children. Here you can paste this sheet of paper. Then we have question number 5. Question is, how many lines of symmetry will an isosceles trapezium have? Draw the lines here. So an isosceles trapezium is one whose non-parallel sides are equal. Here I have drawn the isosceles trapezium, children. Isosceles trapezium means here we have non-parallel sides. These are the non-parallel sides and they are equal. If this is a 3 centimeter, then this will also be 3 centimeter. So isosceles trapezium means the opposite sides are parallel, which are not parallel. The opposite sides are equal, which are not parallel, but the parallel sides are not equal, children. They are not equal in length. Such type of trapezium is called as isosceles trapezium. So in such case, how many lines of symmetry you will get means, if I am going to fold it on this line, about this line, about to below, I don't get a line of symmetry, but I am going to fold it about this line means, then each part is going to coincide with the other part. Therefore, I get only one line of symmetry, children. Therefore, an isosceles trapezium will have only one line of symmetry. In this way, we have completed worksheet 2 and worksheet 3 in this session, children. Hope you understood well. Thank you, children.